Happy New Year, everyone. It's so good to see some familiar names and faces on your pictures. I am so glad.
Happy New Year, Precious.
Happy New Year.
Precious.
Are we gonna start the new year with a bang? We have so much planned and so many things to do this year. So I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead. We start working, we start running. It's so good to see you, and thank you so much for making the time. I guess for me, it's I always say when I'm with you guys, it's my church. That's where I get my healing. And that is where I get my encouragement and the push. So yeah, let's start what we have for today. And those who are new here, my name is Precious, and please introduce yourself on the chat box. It's a little bit bigger group than I thought, but it's then gonna take a while for each of us to introduce ourselves. But please introduce yourself in there, and also get ready with your questions. We have questions that we got from our partners and also the programs that we are running. So this is the platform also to cement what we have been teaching either on NEF, NYDA, or even in any other workshops that we run with the municipalities. But yeah, we are ready to run, and thank you so much for making the time. Without wasting any time, I'm gonna start and present I'm gonna just take out the video because so just for the network, and then I'm just gonna come through. Is anyone who's new here? Let's see. Anyone who's new in this type of platform with us?
I think I'm new as Precious.
Oh, please introduce yourself because I think I can recognize most of the names. Please say your name and where you're from, which provinces you're at, and also mention the district and the municipality you're at. Please go ahead.
Speaking Masipandana Jeanette Foley from Carltonville, Wedela, Mirafong.
Yes, welcome. So that is Gauteng.
Hey, Gauteng.
Yes, thank you. That's wonderful. Lovely to meet you. What business do you do?
As Precious, I'm doing multitask because I'm sewing. I am on the product. I'm dealing with peanut butter, Vaseline, roll-on perfumes. One platter for all. Also chickens. Also broilers.
You're still making the list. Entrepreneurs, you know me, and people who are doing a lot of things, but not achieving much, right? So
yes, but but we are pushing.
Yes, now we want you to wake up and push, but we also want you to be strategic on how you push. So, but don't worry, you're at the right place. You're not the only one. There's still others that are still figuring out things also, that are doing quite a lot of things. Welcome. Who else is new?
Recording in progress.
Remember to mute yourself. Remember to mute yourself as soon as your audio is on. Who else is new? Just small introduction.
Okay, let me try. I'm in KZN, Richards Bay, in Kingsley District Municipality. Currently, I'm doing mechanical engineering work and civil engineering. I just see the link here. I just want to see what are you guys doing here. Maybe it will help me to grow because I'm looking to grow. Do more in the field of business. Specifically, I just want to embark to do shipping and logistics now.
Okay, thank you so much. And thank you so much and welcome.
Hello.
in KZN last week, and I think we are going to KZN in a week's time in terms of MinFresh training. So yeah, the NEF training. Great. Welcome everyone. Those that I knew, just do the introduction on the chat box. It's quite a lot of people that I think I knew this time, but welcome. This is your home. This is where we trash and try to figure out things, but we also help each other. So please, thank you so much for your time. Let me get to today's task, and please continue doing your introductions on for those that I knew. I see familiar faces. We appreciate you being here. And yeah, we're using this platform also just for you guys to have a way of how are we gonna solve some of the problem. I think one of the biggest challenge we have as startups, we run on our own in our own little corners, but there are ways and systems that we can put in to make sure that we actually do what we're doing with others. So let me start on today. Tsakane, please help me to mute people that are still on audio. And also, I want you to tell me what else would you like to have on this platform. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna just share. Okay, I hope this is the right slide. Yeah, it is. Okay, I think you can be able to see my slide. As I said earlier, my name is Precious from GAD Consulting Services. We are 13 years in on what we have been doing. GAD focuses on 3 problems, which is access to skills and resources in terms of tools, and access to market, and also access to funding. Last year, we launched access to funding. We are reviewing that. This year, we will be starting in Feb, focusing on agriculture. So we're gonna have this bi-weekly. So we will skip 1 week and then we have another one of these sessions. Please send us your questions and your comments on what we'd like this platform to have. We're also intending to consistently invite people that can help us to be better in what we're doing. Again, guys, just remember to mute yourself. Great. Okay, so today's discussion, really the topic is the first session for the year. Therefore, we're going to talk about planning. It's obvious, right? And again, this is a network. This is the platform where we want to talk about what we're doing, what we're struggling with. So there isn't things that maybe you'll say you will say, I can't talk about that. We talk about everything here. But we also are quite strict on how we should conduct ourselves in terms of accountability. Before we point fingers at anyone, we have to point fingers at ourselves. So for today, we're going to just talk about planning. We'll also address the questions that we have received, and we'll talk about the free tools that we have. Plus also, some of you have asked me for the Essential Finance Handbook. We have it today. It's a digital copy, it's not hard copy. For those that are going to join us when we are running the programs, NEF programs this year, you can also get yourself a printed copy. If you have already bought a digital copy, you will buy the printed copy then for 50 Rand. We will also then talk about opportunities, and we will also talk about just having closing remarks on what this platform will mean for you. What are you planning to do about it, and how you're going to make sure that you attend, you are present all the time. And but also make suggestions. So that is what we're doing for today. Please, on the chat box, Tsakane is here. Please make a suggestion of what else would you like to see so that we can plan. We will share also our year planner so that you are aware which date are we actually meeting. Thank you so much. I'm gonna then stop here and ask Tsakane to have a look if there's any suggestion on today's topic. Planning. Tsakane, are you able to see what entrepreneurs are suggesting for today, or are we taking this as
They haven't posted any questions. It's just a lot of just everyone introducing themselves.
Great, perfect. So that is me. I've been doing this for a while. Yeah, 22 years experience in different platforms and doing different things. I think, as you can see, my qualification by profession, I'm an accountant. So yeah, that's me with the makeup, a little bit of makeup. So over the years as JD, we have over 6 awards. We have been not doing a lot of applications. We're gonna start doing that now again so that we can make this list even longer. Our clients, these is some of our clients that have kept our lights going, and we really appreciate. We hope one day also we'll start seeing your logos here as small businesses, because majority of these companies are blue chip. Again, entrepreneurs, just remember to mute yourself. Takane, please assist me to mute individuals. So I just want to say that we're going to make 2024 our year, right? Do we all agree? Can I hear amen on that? Because
Amen.
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 Was not a good year. We thought 2021 was bad. 2023 was not good. 2022 was also not good, but we're gonna make this to be our year. And the only way we can do that, we have to plan. And when we're planning, we then set up and send the message to the universe that, you know what, this is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. Then let the universe respond to that. The challenge sometimes was so used on just running without planning. Therefore, the universe then just throws everything to us. And we end up not even able to choose, okay, yes or no, yes or no. And we end up trying to do everything without actually thinking very hard about what is it that I'm going to do? Why am I doing that? What will it take for me to do that? So yes, that is today's topic, planning. But I also want us to maybe make note, grab a notebook. Those who are here for the first time, when you attend these sessions, you're always gonna need to grab a notebook so that you can make note of the things that you're gonna take home with you to implement after you have thought about it and reflected on it. So I want us just maybe to reflect. I'm gonna take 5 hands that would like to reflect. How did your 2023 go? What was the biggest mistake that you made? What can you learn from that mistake? What are you gonna do differently this time? I will just take 5 hands, and then I will also share my own experience also. Because you see, when we are planning, we always have to go back and have a look and say, okay, what can I do differently? If I were to give myself a badge, will be a 5-star, is 3-star or 1-star? And what was my contribution to the results that I've achieved? So entrepreneurs, let's reflect. And some of you don't know how to do this. I think I've taught this in classes. I will also load some sort of a toolkit, some sort of a thing for you to read on about reflecting, so that it guides on how you should do it in the correct way. Please also remind me, Tsakane, so that I load that and then I will share with you guys. And those that are in different WhatsApps on NEF or Fund Ready programs, and maybe just to make sure that I'm able to share the information easier and quicker with you, I will load everything in one place. Then you guys can just go, and you're always gonna know where to actually find our tools of what we're gonna share. But if we are selling it, you'll find it also in our GAD store. I see my friend Fatima is here. Fatima, please, I see your hand. Let me see who else is number 1. It's your hand. Who else? Let's see. There's no other hand. Okay, we'll start with you then, Fatima. Welcome, Sisi, and Happy New Year.
Hello, Precious, Tsukani, and everyone else. A very blessed and fruitful 2024 to each and everyone. So what for me didn't work last year was it was almost like there wasn't enough time for everything. And it comes back to the topic that that you're discussing today, which is planning, that if we plan properly, we'll execute things well. And I just found myself completely overwhelmed. I think by December that I even missed the graduation, because and you use such a powerful statement during one of our conversations where you say to me, don't be like that dog that's chasing its tail all the time. And I'm using that as my I see that picture and how I've been doing things, it's exactly, you said it so well. And so for 2024, I actually wrote in the comment section now that I also had a chance to really dive into the business model canvas. I just want to say, in terms of my health, around about October, November last year, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, and I was walking around with a blood pressure that was 210 over 145. Now, anyone that knows that, I was like a ticking time bomb, and I didn't realize how the pressure and the stress and everything was getting to me. I just thought I'm this ever ready battery, and that I can just, I'm going. I don't have to take a moment to reflect. So I'm here now. I'm ready for 2024, and Precious, I come a long way with you, and I trust you with everything, my whole life, everything, because you are someone that I look up to for so much, and so I know that we're in good hands. To the new people as well, this Gad has really, really, really done so much for me. Sometimes there's a lot of information, but you don't sort of how can I say, compartmentalize put it in very it's not very, like, for myself, I'm not a very structured person sometimes. And so you've really helped me, Precious, in last year, and obviously the years before that. So I'm ready this year now for whatever is waiting for me around the corner. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fatima. And that's why we're here. So what I'm taking out, and Fatima, you are gonna get better. I promise you that you are gonna get better. You see, when you're planning, you actually allowing yourself to then be able to prioritize. You are allowing yourself to actually get yourself to know, okay, I shouldn't touch that. But I'm picking up two things from this discussion, from what you have shared. Areas that we need all support in, or we need to help ourselves in, is time management. That's number one. Number two, time management leading to how then do we prioritize as directors? Because as I have said to you guys, I teach directors, I teach people who want to grow their businesses so that they actually do not consistently always be working, but build jobs for others instead of them creating jobs for ourselves. And I think that is our biggest mistake. We end up doing this just for us to have a living, then actually create a living for others. So that is one part, time management and how to set priorities. Number two is also about getting organized, being organized. And I think the stuff that we're going to cover today is going to get you to that, but I'm going to make sure also that I find you guys resources that are going to help us as a team to deal with time management, which we all struggle with. because we were like cut in 15 pieces as entrepreneurs, and also getting organized. So I'm happy with that. And I'm saying, Fatima, maybe also prioritize your health. I know we have to pay the bills. I'm guilty as charged also myself. I was supposed to have gone to the gym in the past 2 weeks, at least 4 times, but I haven't. I haven't even gone twice, but I did walk over the weekend for more than 5 kilometers. But still, that's not good enough. So, and also food, we will also again talk about that. So lucky enough on myself for health in terms of exercise, I haven't done, but I've done very well on food. I've been vegetarian. It's now, what date is today? It's the 25th. So which means I only had meat twice in 1 weekend. So it's now what, then 23 days I've been a vegetarian. So, and just eating veggies and fruit. And because previously when I was trying to deal with my health situation, Fatima, I think me and you know, in terms of our age group, I was doing everything at once. I was exercising and also changing my diet. And that put so much pressure on me. And also I end up not meeting. I would do it up to 3 months. After 3 months, I will let go and go back to old habits. So this time I'm taking it easy. And I think also have a look at what is on Netflix, on the research that has been done on food and stuff. So I'm of a view that, Fatima, I'm not a doctor. You know me, I'm an accountant. But consider just making small adjustments. And I'm saying the first place of something that is within our control, anything that we put in our mouth is within our control. Start something simple as food, and that's it. And you stop there. I'm planning to actually adopt a vegetarian with a plan that in a year's time, I will be eating pure raw food, but I'm going to start slow. So this year is just making sure that I just eat veggies and fruit. And I see myself having a better clarity, better thoughts. I mean, the team knows this year, it's like I'm running like a machine. So I'm going to be ever ready battery. But because I'm feeding my mind and my spirit right, I'm also going to talk about that part also of spirituality. But yeah, okay. Anyway, so that would be a small little toolkit for you, Fatima, to think about. I am going to come up with additional more tools around those areas, guys. Let's just keep on working on it and coming through. We have a schedule for the whole year. Now, I'm going to take...
Patricia.
You're welcome, my dear. I'm going to take Makoni K. Makoni, your hand. Hi. Introduce yourself briefly if it's the first time you are here. If not, yeah, we welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Precious. My name is Mankoni. I'm from Manseba Trading Enterprise based in Polokwane, Capricorn District, Limpopo Province. I'm into agriculture and also I sell blinds. I'll say I'm reflecting on my 2023. It's not only 2023, but for the past 3 years, my business has not been doing well. And as I've attended a number of programs, NEF programs, but my shortcomings there was that I was attending programs thinking that by attending programs, it's putting more effort into my business. But I've realized that I've not been putting more effort into my business. When it comes to marketing, I just took it because I've been in the business for some years and people knows my business. I thought that would bring me more clients. And I took it light that I still need to do more work on my business on a daily basis. And I took that resolution towards the end of 2023 to say, come 2024, I'm starting with the bang. I make sure that at least thrice on a week I touch on my business because my schedule is a bit hectic, but I made sure that I will not go a week without talking to my business, especially on the marketing and advertising part of it. So I'm looking forward to this successful 2024. I'm seeing success. I've started working on the 1st of January, and I'm seeing great results from my commitment. A minute I changed my mind to say, you know what, this is my business and I'm going to work on it, and I'm seeing great results. And all those what I've learned in the previous programs that I've been in, it's only now they come to I'm practicing, because then, yes, I was here, but it was more theory, and I thought, really, I was not there. I think I had some mental block somewhere, somehow, to just think that, you know what, business is not working. And yeah, maybe something from heaven will just flow. But I realized that I need to work on my business. And I'm looking forward to this beautiful year because I've started with the bang and I'm going and I'm continuing with the bang. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, my God. And I think that is our biggest challenge, is that we attend these wonderful sessions. We then put them in some bag or in some folder in somewhere and forget about it, instead of pulling it and actually running through the action plans and say, you know what, that's a great idea. Let me implement that. Let me take that home and see how I can actually implement that. I think we can all learn from you, Makoni, on that. Attending sessions without actually implementing things, which means then you end up being in all sessions, but they're all repeating the same thing, but you are not saying it. Or in other instances, we will say as entrepreneurs, oh, I know that, but are you doing it? Are you doing it? And are you doing it in a right way? Are you using the right technology to do it? And those are the things we need to think about. Thank you so much. But the takeaway is about client acquisition. Who else would like to hear more about client acquisition? Can I hear you guys on your chat box? Let's have a look on the chat box, because then we can also include that in the things that we're going to do this year. Thank you so much, Makoni, for sharing. Yeah, we love you. Thank you. Next one. Who else? Thank you. All the way from Limpopo. Yes. Oh, Fatima is from Cape Town. Okay, who else is here? I see one more hand. I'm going to please put your hand down, because then I'm seeing that there's a hand or there's no hand. Can I then share if there's no one who's sharing? And then, oh, Sam, go ahead. Sam Mashaba, please go ahead, my brother. Sam, unmute yourself. Great.
Okay. Thanks, this is Precious, and compliments to all the people that are here. Yeah, to me, I can say 2023 was a year in which I was empowering myself, attending those workshops, those courses, and together with the one that you organized. And I think it has helped me a lot. And this year I'm a changed person, and I said my decision was that this year I want to find myself implementing whatever that I have learned, and I've started already. And through that, I already have a team of 4 people that I'm working with, and probably by tomorrow I will have 8 more into the group. So, and we are looking at making sure that we have got a footprint in all the provinces. So, yeah, I can say I support your statement, which said we don't have to do everything ourselves, because that's where we make a mistake. And if we think of creating more jobs for other people, we will find ourselves becoming successful in our businesses. But when we want to do everything on our own, looking at what I'm having. I can't I can't bring in other people. The more you bring people, the more things starts to be easy for you to do it. So I think this year for me, my decision is that I'm implementing what I've learned last year. The empowerment that I got last year, I want to put everything in practice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fem. And I'm so glad you have learned one or two things and you are seeing the results and you are building. And congratulations of being brave, because I think sometimes it's also difficult to just take some stranger's view and advice, you know. and I'm glad, and I appreciate the trust and for you to actually put this into practice. And I just want to say, I was in Eastern Cape last year. We were running a training program, and we were talking about negotiations and how you should approach the table of negotiations when you're talking to clients. We did about 4 or 5 points. And one of the members who was there then said, Precious, I'm going to have to go. I'm actually going for a meeting, which I'm going to need to negotiate. And what you have covered, that's what I'm going to use. He came back after 2 hours and said, I got the contract. I got more than I actually even asked for, because of my mindset on what I had said that I'm not willing to accept, and what I want is what is non-negotiable, what is not non-negotiable. I think sometimes in the universe we come with a poverty mindset that think somehow that there's a limited resources, that come with the thought that there's a limited portion of revenue, there's limited time. No, there isn't a limited time. It's about how we prioritize things. No, there isn't a limited of resources. It's how you approaching the universe yourself, how you see things. So we need just sometimes just to switch our mind and say, if I had this, how would it look like? Who will actually be in my team? And sometimes other people will say no. Others people will say yes. Others will say yes, but not do anything. You will keep on following up on them, trying to actually get, you move on, find somebody else and move on and focus on doing your best in making sure that you keep on increasing what? Your network. Remember this, let me show you. Okay. This. Do you see this today's discussion? What I want you to do is keep on increasing the network around you. The more you increase your network around you, the more you are being resourceful to others, the more your value increase. The more you learn, the more your business will also grow, especially when you practice what you are learning. So understand that when we have challenges as entrepreneurs, we just don't know enough about that problem. When we have a challenge of a sales, we just are not aware enough about what we need to do and when we need to do it. When we do it and we know when to do it and how to do it, but we're still not getting the result, we then need to ask a question, okay, can I get someone to have a look at this for me? Maybe they're gonna see it in a different angle. And that is important, because sometimes the way we see the world is pure perception, is pure from our beliefs, from how we were raised, and who raised us, and what was their baggage. But again, thank you so much for sharing, Sam. I see that there's no other hand. I will then take this opportunity also to share my reflection for 2023. And I will also share, oh, there is Mvemve, please come through.
Hi, everyone.
Go ahead.
Thanks, Ms. Precious. Happy 2024 to everyone. I recognized that I have some shortcomings, and I reached out to a few friends and successful people in the business world that I know that I thought could assist. And interestingly, there was a challenge for me in that I found the one gentleman to be corrosive, if I can put it in that way, in his approach. Let me go to my 2023. I've been having a problem in taking my product to market. I need a private owned lab to test my product for nutritional value and all those elements that are there, and then take those results to the Department of Agriculture for registration. I'm doing worm farming. I'm doing organic fertilizer. I'm also doing black soldier fly farming, where I sell maggots as chicken feed. So there's a list that I got from the Department of Agriculture that lists the accredited laboratories. Unfortunately, all of them are saying to me they are not doing the work. But I tested with a white friend of mine, Shal, that they shall phone these people mine and find out if really they don't do. When it was Shal who phoned them, he said, yeah, my broer, bring that ons doen die werk hier." So that's where I realized, oh, okay. So when it's somebody that is breaking into the market, different color, disrupting the market, so the doors are closed. But if it's the same race, then it's all open. And so I'm saying to my mentor, look, I'm not going to fight this thing. I've got a strategy now that I'm going to find graduates or a graduate that I can assist to secure funding, start a lab, and then they can do the work for me, and other farmers maybe do soil testing and all those other things that are needed by Black emerging farmers. So that we can do the work without facing all these problems that we face with all these white-owned laboratories. Also assist this person to get accredited from the accreditation from the Department of Agriculture. He says, no, sis, you are a pioneer. You are supposed to be fighting this battle for those that are coming after you. Take these people on, expose them, take them to the media, report them to the minister and so on, get proof, write them an email. If they respond negatively on the email and they respond positively on your friend Charles, take those two and then report them. And I'm saying to him, yes, I can do that, but do I have the money and the time to do that? I don't think so. Number two, if I do that to these people, who knows that these shops where I want my product to be landed to be sold from are owned by their family members or friends? What stops them from telling those guys, but hey, be careful of that one. We don't want those guys in our shelves. What will stop them from doing that? So my question maybe to you, is Precious, is how do you handle these conversations with a mentor without sounding unappreciative of the advice that you're getting?
Yeah, so I like your clarity on choosing your battles. I love that.
Thanks.
I am not saying it is a good thing not to fight them, but what I'm grateful for is that you are able to say, I'm not gonna get myself to that right now. But I also like your structure and your strategy on how you're gonna get yourself and other Black farmers in. Guys, apartheid did not stop in 1994. Apartheid continues. Apartheid still continues as we breathe right now. I had a session with one of the owners of one of the big guys in the cattle farming. And we have designed a toolkit. We now want to customize it, the business administration toolkit, we now want to customize it for agriculture, because agriculture in South Africa has between 6 to 12 billion that is not recapitalized because we have not progressed as much as we should have in that space. So there's about 12 billion that still can be made in that industry without even taking into account what we are actually even importing and exporting, just on the current resources that we have. And then I'm saying to them, we have done this, we would like to have access to your ESD for you to pay for the cost of us customizing, and we'll use this in your current farmers. Do you know what the guy said? He says, no, we can't do that because you are now teaching them the business. And I say to them, but you are supposed to teach them the business. You are teaching them how to farm. They shouldn't just learn how to farm. They should know how this farming, these hands that you are buying or teaching them to do, know how to extract a value from that. Because if you're just teaching them to farm and not to run the business, then they will always forever depending on you and being your employees. So even the ESD programs, the way they're designed to push you to be the guy who's doing the job, not the guy who's supervising to make sure that there's somebody else who's doing the job and your role is being a manager. Guys, even our systems, how education is taught, is based on industrialization that happened in 18th century. In 18th century, the way industrialization came, you had to put things in compartments so that, because we're moving to machines, right? We're moving to machines. So they had to teach us things. So if, for example, I'm an accountant, I'm only just going to be taught finance, right? But I'm not going to be taught about marketing, sales and stuff so that I can go and run my business. Literally everything that I ever learned on marketing and business development and is the stuff that I had to learn on my own in the market. Because the way we are taught is being taught to be a machine and specialize in one area. And whereas everything that you run in your business is actually integrated. One thing fits into another. You can't just think, oh, you're going to make sales without understanding that, by the way, that comes from marketing. But from marketing, it's about what? You understanding your clients' needs, doing the research, understanding what is the spending of your clients, and. So I just want to say to you, whatever choice you make, let God guide you on what's the right choice to make. But I think your approach and your ability to articulate who you are, what you do, is also about choosing your fight. Yes, your mentor can guide you and tell you things. That is his way of looking at it. You have to choose your path. And your path is about what sits well with you. And if you need help, let us know. I don't know if I can help or not help, but always know that this platform that we're creating, this platform that we've had for years. I mean, we had this session during COVID when it was dead quiet. You know, all of us were trying to figure out what is going on. And so we are saying this platform, you will be able to sell between ourselves because the aim is for us to build each other. And I'm very loyal, so I will forever be there for you. Always. And I think I saw also Dr. Matikutu in here, who's a doctor in agriculture. He's an agricultural consultant. There's a lot of other clients that we also have as GAD who are in agriculture who can access that service that you are thinking of actually establishing. And yes, good luck to you. We need to choose our fight as entrepreneurs. And you know what I said after that session with that guy? I said to him in my head, FUCK, right? That's what I said. And And I'm a Christian, right? And I then said, you know what? I'm gonna find a big company in the US that's gonna own 40% of the company we're gonna start. That will capture the 12 billion. That will capture the 6 to 12 billion. So anyway, and we are ready to run. Guys, your eyes, your hands, and my hands, and somebody else is better than one hand. So those who want to join that fight, let's go. It's time to fight in a different way. And thank you so much for that inspiration, Bulele. Yeah, I think that's the guidance I can provide. I will take 2 more hands. I think we've already got, oh no, that was the last more hand. Make Banjabul, that's you. Apologies, Technopark, type your comments on the chat box. Zagane will capture it, and then at the end, we will then come back to you so that we can finish today's agenda. Makeba, go ahead.
Good day, everyone. How are you doing? Thank you again for being part of this. The reflections from last year, I think me joining this program came at the right time. I was anticipating closing my company at that time because things were not looking positive. So after being in a program, I have then sat down and planned out my 2024. And I've started engaging with people who I can work with moving forward, which is also a positive thing, I guess, as we start 2024. I think for me, currently for the year, it's just chopping down what I had planned at the beginning of the year. So I'm very grateful to the program, and I look forward to the rest of the year. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Njabulo. We welcome, and I'm glad you didn't close down, because I think it's very hard. We all at some point want to give up, we're tired, because it just sometimes feels like we're just in a brick wall. But I just want to say to you, there's always hope. There's always hope. Reach out to somebody, and they might reject you, they might not accept you. That's okay. Move on to somebody else. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't stop. Don't stop. Use also the platforms that you are at, and make sure you're in the right platform. You're in a place where people want to help, people want to actually do something to assist, because I believe as Black people, that's all we have is ourselves. We have each other. That's it. And the biggest mistakes that we have made was to undermine each other, was let the society dictate to us based on the society values, the external values. So people who are rich, Black people who are rich, they don't want to be associated with those that are poor. And as a result, in South Africa, we have more inequality in our country. We have created this classification, those who are educated and those that are not educated, those that have access to resources and those that don't have access to resources. And because of that, we then continuously gonna have this inequality. And I am saying to you though, be careful as you build, that you are not just building from the bottom up and the top down. You need to also have a layer on top of you. Find people that are 5 years ahead of you and find people that are below you, so that you are pulling in both hands. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that,
Yes,
because
yes.
if you also are the one who's always helping the others, you will then draw yourself. It's almost like you're gonna drown yourself in the water there. So, but you're gonna need to have a balance. Pull people down on your side, and then pull also from the top, so that you get the guidance. Because then now you are fed, then now you have your balance. So, and Jabul, I promise you, the more you give, the more you're gonna get. The more you also push yourself, expect more from yourself, things are gonna start getting better. Because when you start expecting more from yourself, you also expect more from others to push themselves even more. And thank you so much for sharing, Make. By the way, you know you are my brother, right? Ngumazulu. My God. Thank you. Lovely to meet you. Njabula, where are you based?
I am based in Johannesburg.
Oh, okay. So Gauteng. Great. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Okay, guys. We have so much. Okay, reflection. I'm gonna share that with you guys, the tool on how you're gonna do it. And Njabula, thank you. Working with others. And by the way, guys, working with others is not easy, it's hard. But the only way we're gonna succeed as Black people is working with each other and have the ability to actually hold each other accountable. Okay. Number 2, bucket list. Do you guys know what is a bucket list? Let me have a feedback on the chat box. So a bucket list, entrepreneurs, is about determining what is it that we want to feel about ourselves. What is it that we want for ourselves? What is it that we want to experience? What it is that we would like to actually do for that year? What is it that you will mark it as a success for you? That is what we call a bucket list. We have a link that I will share with you, which has all the tools relating to a bucket list, where we have 100 items, which you can get inspired and tick. What are the things that you're gonna put on your bucket list? Maybe for this year, you can put maybe 10 or 15 things that you're gonna use them as your guide on saying that when I've achieved this, this is how then I will feel I have achieved in terms of 2020-2024. Some people, once you have done your bucket list, you can then do your vision board using that bucket list. From your vision board, you can then have your cards that you are using to remind yourself and make sure that you do not forget what you have set yourself to do. You will then use planners, digital planners. I have one, the Epic Planner, that I actually have, I was supposed to download for you guys, but I haven't had time. I will though. Since you guys are here, I will definitely make that work. But the planner then allows you to plan your day, to plan, because you're gonna achieve those things on the bucket list only if you're working consistent towards those goals. So I think the other thing maybe that I need to just articulate is that the art of consistency, guys, that is where we lose our mark as people, as human beings. We say, I'm gonna do this. 3 weeks later, we have already given up. We have not adopted that as a habit. We have not built up a routine. We have not even mastered doing that thing, but we already are giving up. So if you have a challenge with being consistent, maybe in some of the things, start with having a 30-day challenge, right? Or if maybe we are really bad with discipline, start with having 15 days challenge, 7 days challenge. And don't start with something that is difficult to do. Start with something that is easy to do and ease up, and then start refining it and start refining it over time. So I spoke to you about giving up on meat. I didn't just start this year and say from 2024, that's it on my bucket list. No, previously, which is last year, even the last 2 years, I've been reducing the meat that I eat. We used to have meat every day. Then I reduced to have just meat 3 times or 4 times a week. Then later, I then reduced it to have meat twice a week. Then at some point, then it was just once or when I feel like it, right? And then now, no meat. So try to figure out how to ease in by running 30 days challenges. And please share what challenges you have that you're gonna try to attend. always strive to actually get better. Be better than you were yesterday. And that's all what the universe expects from us. Learn, understand, and do better than you did a day before. That's it. And you will then start seeing the result. So bucket list, vision board, and your daily routines on how you're gonna make sure that the things that are sitting on the bucket list or on your the things that you are targeting to achieve on your goals, they actually become a reality for you. Guys, I realized that I didn't take my battery on. Can I request, Tagana, you come through and start working on the questions maybe that I sent there? I'm gonna just get a charger for myself. 1 second.
Okay, noted. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Hi,
Takan.
everyone. Hi, Takane. I was talking with my microphone, with my headset in. I've noticed questions. If any of you have any other questions that you would like us to address, topics you'd like us to focus on, please do. You can post in the chat, or you can also just come forward and I'll note those down. Janet, your hand is up. Okay, I think that was an old hand.
Hi, Taki. No, it's not. May I go
Okay.
ahead? Hi,
Please go ahead.
everyone. Nice to hear your voice again, Taki, and a happy new year to everyone. So just
Thank
whilst
you.
we wait for Usu's Precious, I just wanted to share some tips that I'm taking into 2024 that I learned from 2023.
Yes.
First one, I would say the most important is to pour into ourselves as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as much as possible, because we're basically like the engine of our businesses, and our well-being depends on us to be able to be productive. And then another thing that I think is being touched on by a few people that I'm also really starting to pay a lot more attention to than I thought I needed to, because sometimes you think you know things and then life happens and you realize you don't really know, is the time management factor. And how I am tackling that one strategically is recognizing that yes, you can have it all, but you cannot have it all at the same time. So I suppose that's where the planning and the daily planning comes in. And then I think just another tool that I wanted to share that I'm really trying to practice this year is, excuse my colorful children, everyone. One of the things that I'm really taking home is practicing to say no to opportunities that might seem amazing and spectacular, but needing to say no to go and sit with the opportunity that is being dangled in front of me, and sometimes having to say no because I'm looking at the bigger picture. So that's just my take out of what I'm taking into this year. And then in terms of what I would like to get a bit more assistance with is getting my compliance house in order. I work for myself. I don't have any employees. So I want to apply for my BEE certificate, maybe just some tools around that, the importance of that in this day and age, and our taxes. Even if your business is dormant and not necessarily operational from the time of inception. So I think that's just really some of the things I'd like help with.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. No, definitely those we're gonna take for on compliance. Maybe have a look on the Essential Finance Handbook, which I'm gonna share with you, but also the business administration provides with the framework, but the checklist on compliance is on the Essential Finance Handbook. and we are actually selling it as a digital tool. So we will share the link also in this group on the WhatsApp plus also on the YouTube, okay? I see that there is Esther asking about a proper training for agriculture. The training that we are launching on agriculture will be actually teaching farmers how to actually run a business. So if you are looking, Esther, for a technical know-how, look at Agriculture Research Council and contact them. They have training running throughout the country, but also find out from the AgriCita, also find out from the department, the province department in terms of agriculture in Gauteng. But we will also be for a lookout for you for that. Maybe also, if I may request, some of you are in different WhatsApp groups, like in NEF, others is Fundraid, others in Northwest municipalities. It's also get to be very difficult to share resources with you guys because you are in so many platforms. My suggestion is that maybe let's join Finance Success program that we have Finance Success WhatsApp, because then that is the one that we're always going to be posting as a priority, because that is the one where people want to know the content about what we are doing. Maybe that will also help, because it's just too many groups. I think we have over 15 groups because we've been running this training for the past, 6 years. So it's just so many groups within the NEF. So maybe it's going to share the WhatsApp group here, Finance Success, which is GAD programs. Then it's going to be easier for us to share the information. But I will keep also that in mind, Esther. Okay, I see that there is more question in venturing into, I need the training on how to do it correctly, the farming. No problem, same. So as we're moving along, we will actually also be sharing our partners. If you're in Cape Town, there is, I will share the resources for you guys. Let me just maybe, Zagane, let's put that as one of the things to do. We're gonna curate the training programs and training providers. I think there was also even free trainings that were existing. Let's just make sure that you are in one group though, which is gonna be the Finance Success group. Please join that group so that we'll post. There's even a college in Cape Town that does the training in farming. Okay, guys. Oh, Tabi, no problem. We will have a recording. There's someone laughing. I don't know why. Okay, so Jeanette said, I felt each and every bit of your emotions saying that is mouthful. It is valuable and insightful. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. Okay. Stephanie, hi. Saying Stephanie is saying, please read. I'm trying to read some of the comments. It's so difficult for me in other instances. Just bear with me. Let me open this more. Okay, Stephanie said, thank you for the fight. I would love to be part somehow. Yes, yes. How you become a party to these initiatives is just to contribute in any way you can, but be in a group where it is about giving and helping others. And do our best, guys. So Stephanie is saying, entrepreneur does not know color. A strong network is defined by knowledge, ambition, and perseverance attribute. That is all we have. Looking forward to working with anyone across my path. Oh, that's so lovely, Steph. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The training will be free if we get the sponsors. We are going to submit proposals to our general normal sponsors, but we will do the training whether someone sponsors us or doesn't sponsor us. Till now, we go ahead. So if we are struggling to finance it, we will ask you guys maybe to contribute just a little bit. But the training is focusing on getting you guys to be a farmer, to run it as a business, not to be a farmer. That's not what we are focusing on. Ah, amazing. Thank you so much. Someone is sharing their experience. Perfect. That is amazing. Great. Maybe Thokozane, if you can share that group name, or not a group name, share them, share the invite people, go to the settings of the WhatsApp and share the group. That would be very useful. Indeed, Stephanie, it is said that there's still apartheid talks. It is, but it is true. It's so much, it's almost like the apartheid was banned, but the system is set up for certain type of people. Or even if you're speaking, I mean, I had someone who said, Precious, I don't speak English well, but then people start questioning whether I'm smart or not smart. So yeah, it still exists. It still exists. Consistent is one of the most powerful gifts indeed. Great. Okay. Okay, Priscilla, if you are struggling, have a look at so Dr. Matiko, please come through and share your work that you are doing within agriculture. Please share that. Dr. Matikut is actually an agriculture consultant also. So he runs training programs in agriculture. Some are paid, some you have to pay. So yeah. Yes. 5 temptations of searching for employment. And believe wholeheartedly about your heart. Okay, Yvonne. Yeah, even, yes, my dear, you have to put all your buckets in your business. But I also understand that you still also have to feed your family because we do not have trust funds. So, but I think for me over the years, what I did, I looked for opportunities where I can be a board member. So that I can earn a living while I'm trying to build my business, which then means I will be a board member. Being a board member, you attend 2 or 3 meetings a quarter or something like that. And that has helped. So maybe start looking at, say, is there anything that I can do that I can contribute to the society and get a living while I'm establishing my business? Is there anything that I know as a craft that I can design that I'm going to earn money on it all the time? Okay, and I hope that that's how Yvonne. We lost few people at 6. I think it's load shedding. Okay. Oh, there's so many bodies, Jeanette. We will also share the resources, my dear. Great. Tsagane, please share the group. Startups don't receive any income, wanted to grow a business, improve this. Yeah, you're gonna need to start generating revenues. So you're gonna need to learn how to sell. Yes, I love that book, The Greatest Salesman. I love that book. Yes, it's one of my also best, Jeanette. Great. I think I'm just running through. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stop looking at the chat box because it's a lot of comments, so that we can finish our program for today. Okay, we had designed something with a program which is called a product called Simplified Strategy. It has tools and toolkits to help you actually do planning. If you are struggling with that, if those are people who actually want more support on that, please send us your questions. There are videos that I've done, but I didn't upload them, so maybe you might struggle to get that. I will also share the presentation on how you should do the strategy and the plan. But we also, I think when we're doing fundraising, We also use the AI to then do the strategy quicker and faster. And those, it seems like there's quite a lot of people that want to go into agriculture. We will also share our research that we have done with you. Maybe when we are, as we're building, we can just have one session where we are focusing just on agriculture, if there's a lot of people just focusing on agriculture. And Dada Matikuta, please, can you come through on sharing your programs that you are running in agriculture? Are you able to talk? Because he is unable to talk, or he is talking on a mute. Let's see. Okay, he is unable to talk. He's probably talking on the mute. I've asked him to unmute anyway. So we also have an epic planner, which is both portrait and vertical. So we will share also the link for that. And we will have then our bi-weekly planner, which is basically the dates. We will also try by all means to meet. There will be possible other session which I won't be able to attend this, but the session will still be happening. So in that case, we'll bring someone to actually present a topic or based on what that person has to offer. So not all of them will be run by me. Okay, so let's go to questions. We have about 4 questions, and these are not as clear as I would like them to be. So what I had done was to actually maybe I will share using the Word document. So we were running a training on at NYDA and also with National Construction Incubate, and people sent their strategic plans. So I just want to share those, and it's part of the questions we're going to do today. And that also will help you to understand what is required when you're doing a strategy. Of course, there are several steps that will lead to this, but when you are now doing a one-page strategy, you have to start with a vision. You also have to then, in that vision, articulate what exactly you intend to actually execute or be known by the industry in terms of who you want to be. And then it will be the mission. And in the mission, it's really about taking the day-to-day on how you will live to actually execute your vision. And the values. So the values are basically your code of conduct. How are you going to actually operate? When you're looking at the strategic themes, you are looking mainly on what are the things that the business is going to focus on. So, for example, in this business, they are saying it's going to be about expansion, i.e. they're going to focus on exploring opportunities to expand services to new markets and regions. So it's basically like, look like for this one, that expansion is in 2 legs. Is expanding the service. Number 2, expanding the location. So expansion can be in location, services. It can also be segmenting your market, i.e. maybe your primary is B2B, but your secondary is B2C. Or it's B2B, but maybe you say, I want to focus on moms. So another way of when you're looking at the market expansion, at GAD 2 years ago, we made a decision that we're now going to focus on sectors. We did the research 2022, 2023. 2024, we launched our strategy. We are now focusing mainly on 4 sectors, primarily anchored on agriculture. We also realized that we didn't have the technical know-how in terms of, so we then started building up with certain partners whom we're bringing on board to actually teach the technical part we will only just teach the management, the business management. So it is important that when you select your strategic themes, you choose your based on your strength, because for you to get to decide on your strategic themes, you will have done your SWOT analysis from your pastel. Okay, so in this business, they're also looking on, say, they're gonna identify and capitalize on emerging trends and the niche market, and then for specialized events. Again, as I said, this is an events management company. It really may be related to them saying we're gonna be hosting entrepreneurship programs. Maybe we're gonna host tourism. So specialist events are around a niche. Emerging trends can be also about understanding how you get the trends. So you can get the trends from Google Trends. So Google Trends in the website, Google, you just say trends, it will take you to a platform where you can Google any name within your sector so that you understand what trends are actually happening in your sector. Now, in this case, I've been very happy with her strategic themes, this person. However, I'm not happy that their strategic themes is saying digital marketing. Why? Because strategic themes is about what's going to be your focus. According to them, they are saying they're going to focus on digital marketing. That is not a strategic theme. That is actually the tool on how you're going to get into your customer. So I would prefer that they will take the digital marketing to be part of the customer outreach, customer acquisition, them putting that as one of the themes. Maybe the way they can look at this, they can actually say, we will do digital events. That then will be a strategic theme, not digital marketing. I hope that makes sense. Can I take questions, maybe 2 or 3 questions on this? Please note, entrepreneurs, I'm using this because this is part of the questions that were sent for me in December, but I couldn't address them because there was too many of them. So I've just taken the few of them so that I can also use this as a lesson. We have removed the name of the company for this. Is there any questions? There's no questions. I don't see any hands. Sagane, are there any hands?
No, there are no more hands.
Okay, great. Okay, perfect. No, that is fine. Now, when you are done with the strategic themes, you then now need to go to your learning and growth. Remember, strategic planning, you always start with capacity of the organization. You don't start with finance. You start by what are the things that as a business we need to learn to achieve this strategic themes that we've set ourselves, to achieve this vision, to actually live up to the mission that we've set for ourselves. So in this case, this person selected 2 initiatives under learning and growth. Remember, learning and growth is also organization what? Capacity. So under learning and growth, they said they will invest into their training of the employees. They will also invest in fostering culture of innovation within the team. Right. Now, when I then read this, it says employee training and development, innovation in events concept, employee satisfaction and engagement, and adapting to industry trends. And then again, the question is that, do you see that the way they have set these strategic objectives, it's just almost like making a list of what they are going to do. It's not smart. It's not really specific. What should have happened is that if they identify that learning and growth is going to be one of their perspectives that drive their strategy, they should have done a skills audit of the team against the strategic objectives that, or should I say, against the strategic themes that they're going to have. So, and say, okay, team, do we know how we're going to do our market expansion? Okay, What tools do we have? What skills do we have? And what skills we don't have? And then design a specific based on that gap. So, and say, attend this number of training programs or attend these training programs. So, and then, and also make sure that staff is attending. So maybe you can say attendance being 100%, 80% attendance of the team. Or if they're attending courses where they need to get certifications in terms of competency, they should achieve at least 60% competence and so on. So you're gonna need to align your learning and growth, align it according to your strategic theme. Okay, and then the next one is saying innovation and events. Already in innovation in events concept is in the wrong place. It should be under fostering. So I will move that in. But we're gonna be prescriptive also. What does that mean? When we are saying in events concept, where are we gonna get ideas? How are we gonna look for ideas? What is gonna be our resources to inspire us? What are the things that we're gonna do that is gonna help us to understand what the client wants? Maybe for us to have a culture of innovation, we're gonna go to the market, we're gonna run group sessions to find out what are the clients looking for. So innovation and concept is gonna be very crystal clear. What is it that you're gonna do? When someone is reading your one-page strategy, they shouldn't be thinking about what exactly is this person gonna be doing. No, strategy shows how you're gonna do things. And then employee satisfaction and an engagement, again, this is not measured. So in this, we will say maybe the measure will be achieve this X and Y, Z of employee satisfaction. We're gonna have 5 engagements, 10 engagements with our employees. And then the target will be on there. So when you're setting up your strategic perspective, when you're looking at the measure, it has to be very smart. It has to be specific. It has to be measurable. It has to be aligned to your strategic themes. And I mean, I can move on to quite a lot of these. It's quite a lot of them. But what I'm trying to highlight to you is that these measures that you are putting must talk direct to your strategic themes, but must also take into account your SWOT analysis in terms of what is your strength and what are the opportunities in the market. I'm gonna stop there and do another question. Is that fine, entrepreneurs? Is anyone who has a question? Okay. But by the way, this is the first time this person was doing a one-page strategy. So we will be assisting them to finish a right one and assisting them to pull this up. So I'm gonna go back to my presentation, which has the Q&A. Okay, so one of the NYDA clientele said, Precious has shared. So this lady is designing LGBTQ undergarments. We had mentioned to her that she has to do the MVP, which is a minimum viable product. Again, if you're gonna do a product or design a product which is new to the market, you need to set up the MVP. MVP basically says we wanna test what is it that we're gonna do, test it with a smaller group so that we then customize it and build with the market. So you take a product and the idea and you just go and launch it. You don't worry about whether it's perfect or not perfect. And then you let the market help you to define it further and further. We will share that. I think I've already shared that with her on how then to actually build her minimum viable product. And what will be the steps that she needs to follow to do that. Okay. And then the next one was NYDA again. Oh, this is someone looking to sell our product. Tsagana, okay, we didn't need to put this in place. Tsagana, we just need to make a follow-up on this person so that they can start selling our books. Great. And invite them also to our platforms. Great. And I think that's it on the questions and comments and things. We've covered this. We are running out of time. Lord, we are running out of time. We're supposed to finish at past. Oh, me and my big mouth. Okay. Those who do not have a business administration guide, we have included it. Please download it. We will share the link with you guys. Keep it. That is what's going to help you to get organized under business management. Someone said they're still struggling with compliance. That is going to help you to just frame how and organize yourself. We will get more tools for you. A year view planner, we will also share that with you. Tsagane, please share the place where the entrepreneurs are going to get the slide share profile to then download all the tools that we have mentioned. Okay.
Okay, I'll share it in the group.
Yeah, share it in the group plus also on the chat box.
Okay.
Because not everyone has joined the group yet. Okay, there's Priscilla's hand is up. Please go ahead, Priscilla.
Hi, Precious Entrepreneur to everyone. Thank you so much for such a profound presentation. But I just wanted to find out with regard to your, when you're approaching a strategic planning, let's say if in my company, for instance, I have different, let's say 2 divisions. I'm not just focusing on one item. I've integrated training and the consultancy services. So then do I actually need to do separate strategic plannings, or I can integrate it into one system?
Oh, a great question, Priscilla. Me and you are in the same WhatsApp group. I run a consultancy and I also have a training division, and I have a real estate division, and I also have a publishing division, right? So you first have to do the strategy of the organization on saying, for this year, what is going to be our key themes as a business? So in our business, we said for the next 5 years, we will now stop being generic, helping everybody. We're only going to help the sectors that we know for sure are going to have plus 20 growth percentage, which in this case was agriculture. So our consulting is therefore going to be in agriculture. GAD does not have competency in agriculture right now. As technical, we're not going to teach you how to farm, but we have a skill on how to run a business. Then we have a strategy on saying, for us to run and work, we're going to then partner with people that know how. And there's a lot of people, guys. As I was saying, the agriculture, even marketing council, agriculture marketing council, agriculture research council, all those platforms have a lot of trainings that are focusing on teaching people how to farm. Also, if you go to the jobs fund, you will find a lot of programs that are funded within the agriculture. I have a list for you guys. I will share the list with you on that slide share profile, because we shouldn't duplicate work. I've already put a lot of time in sharing that research. So you use it, go in there, and then you can Google those companies and find out what programs they are running and how you can actually join them. Now, so Priscilla, then we have a strategy within GAD. I'm going to use GAD as an example to say we're then going to focus on that. But we will then also focus on what we are best at, which is business management, business administration within the agriculture. So we then conducted the research. Remember, I said to you, GAD as a company, it's only focusing on 3 problems: access to skills, resources, and tools, access to market, and access to funding. And the past 2 years, we've really focused on access to skills and tools and resources. So we then said, okay, if we're gonna focus on access to skills, which institution should we be looking at to understand the challenges this industry is facing? Do you understand, Priscilla? So
Yes,
problems
yes, I
are, so in your consulting, you're gonna be clear which problem are you solving. Once you have made that decision, you then say, okay, if I'm solving this problem of resources, if I'm solving this problem of skills, who is the custodian of that in our country? And in my case, when I was doing the research, the custodian was what? The SETAs. Skills, it is the SETAs. I then went to AgriSETA and then conducted a research on the agribusiness. And then I pick up that in the agribusiness, 44% is cattle farming, which means in my approach and my product development, I should focus on what? On cattle farming. I then analyze how cattle farming is run. I then analyze how it actually will then, what my solutions are gonna be. I then picked up a whole list of causes and challenges that that specific industry has. And you can find this straight on the website. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna stop sharing this and then I'm gonna show you the website. Is that fine for those who are in agriculture? I know there's lots of people in agriculture here. So I'll show you how then we then from that then build a strategy. Okay, give me a second. Google Chrome. Okay, so are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
No.
Okay. No, I think
Yes,
we're
you
the
can see.
Yes, we can see.
So you go to AgriSETA, and then there we go. So I go to AgriSETA because they're the custodian of the skills, right? And then I then go to this and I go to their research and resources. And then I go to something which is called subsector skills plan. And I go straight to red meat, which is where cattle is. I also did animal feed, which is mining. So when you go to red meat cattle, because as I said, cattle represent about 44% of the market, I click on that. Then I have, voila, the full, okay, still loading. Everything is slow today. Okay, it's still taking a while to load. I don't know why. Yeah, it's taking so long. Okay, let me check if maybe it's possible that is my, oh, it's taking so long. Anyway, it will give you the, oh, there it downloaded it. It downloaded it. It downloaded it instead of actually opening it. Okay, but I then read that report. It's about 56 odd report and analyze it. From that, I then created our strategy as GAD for the division in training. Does that make sense?
Yes, to me it does. Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
And then I then created another strategy for publishing because we do training and publishing. But again, align from what I've learned from that document. That is why on GAD, we're gonna actually release, we're gonna do an agribusiness administration course, plus also the agribusiness administration toolkit, which we're gonna sell to the market. Because we have what? A training, which is gonna then be a course, and then we have a toolkit, which then now falls into publishing division. Priscilla, does that help you?
Yes, thank you so much, Precious. It does. I'm not sure whether am I also just allowed to extend my question.
Offline, just DM me. You have my details.
Okay. All right, I'll do that.
But that would be the approach. You first
Okay.
decide which challenges you want to tackle in your consultancy. Once you have done that, you then go to the market and research, zoom in now and find the authority of that. Do the research because they will already done the research. Also look at what the APP looks like of the department. If you're in education, look at Department of Education. What is it that they're targeting? What are the challenges that the environment is posing? And solve the things that are the challenges, right? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Precious. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, I don't know. It's just taking so long to download. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, guys, we're running out of time. But no one has left. That is good. I'm going to just share. Tsakani, are there any questions maybe that I can take? Okay, so guys, we're going to share. JD, we have those who wanted to have a book. We are selling the Finance Success Handbook, which is Essential Finance Handbook. We will share the link for those that want a digital copy, but we're also selling it with this book, which is called Unapologetic Me. It's a bundle. It has toolkit. It has all the information that you will need for you to be able to just be yourself and be fine with who you are and what you stand for. So anyway, just for those who don't know the book, I just want to articulate what the book is about so that you know what we mean when we talk about the Essential Finance Handbook. One, the book helps you to set up the financial goals, but these goals have to be based on the SMART principles. It allows you to then also understand what environment do you have to create to achieve these financial goals. Step number 2 helps you to decide what is the right structure to help you take advantage of the industry, which is you're gonna operate in, or a sector that you're gonna operate in. But you kind of also have to understand that being a sole proprietor, being in partnership, all comes with what? Advantages and disadvantages. So understanding those, it's important in relation to how you wanna operate, but also it has to talk to your exit strategy as a founder and a shareholder of your business. Also take into account legal and income tax consideration, and that is very important. In there, we also have some toolkits where you can download partnership checklist. And by the way, that partnership checklist, you can also use it for joint ventures. Step number 3 is about obligations. You now are beginning to understand that as an entrepreneur, as a business, you literally have 4 responsibilities in terms of compliance. 1, as a business, you need to comply in terms of Companies Act. If your business is registered, if your business is a sole proprietor, is not registered, there's still certain compliance in relation to your personal taxes. Number 2, you also have to comply as an employer. You yourself as a director and a shareholder, you work for your business. So you are actually an employee to your business. Number 3, as a trader. As a trader, you actually have to understand the legislation that apply to you when you're trading, how you should work with your customers, your suppliers, and the last one, as a taxpayer. What does it mean in terms of income tax? What does it mean in terms of VAT? So those are your 4 obligations. And at the end of that step, we have a great checklist, which you will then use to help you to maneuver around. In South Africa, we have plus or minus, I think about 16 legislation that you need to move around on these 4 roles I just articulated. In that book, we've summarized those, but we also made sure that under each legislation, you have a checklist, but 2, you also have a list of what documents you need to keep and how long you need to keep those documents for. So that is step 3 of the Essential Finance Handbook. Step number 4 is finance concept. And I think finance concept is really about helping you to understand that finance integrates business economics, but it operates in an environment where you have to take into account microeconomics factors so that you understand how that will influence your corporate finance, your financial management, plus your accounting and bookkeeping. So we kind of in there help you to have an understanding of what really finance is about. And in those concepts, we also allow you or enable you to be able to choose, okay, under accounting, we have about 4 types of accounting. Which one do I need when? Why do I need that one? What is their role and responsibilities? And we also have help you also to just maneuver about understanding that you can have the best bookkeeper, but a bookkeeper is just a bookkeeper, is recording debit and credit. What you need to operate, or where you need to operate as a director, is in the finance and financial management, not necessarily in accounting, because you are not an accountant. So, but also, how do you make decisions as a shareholder and a director in terms of corporate finance? So that is what finance concept is about. The step number 5 is about you now deciding, okay, I know where I want to go. I know the structure I'm going to use. I understand my obligation. I know what I need to understand about finance in general. Who do I need to come and help me? And this now really dive into financial management, how you're going to actually run your planning of finances, reporting on finances, and also leading you to then be able to know which professional bodies, which professionals do I need, and how do I actually source those professionals. So we will also assist you with service level agreements in terms of your templates once you actually have bought the book, which is part of finance success programs that we run. Anyway, step number 6 is now setting up the financial systems and controls based on the risk. In there, we have even folders that will tell you how you're going to archive, what controls you need to have in place in terms of financial information to make sure that it's accurate and reliable. And again, what are your monthly finance files that you need to create and build? And that is now on step 6. The last step, which is step number 7. Step number 7 is what the accountants will call a ratio analysis, about evaluation on, did you achieve the goals that you have set? And that's what financial evaluation step number 7 is about. We basically show you how do you check your profitability, your asset utilization in terms of efficiencies, but we also help you to understand the formulas that are used so that you know, okay, that's a red flag. You can also start benchmarking yourself and. So that is the book, which is basically focusing on what? The 7 steps on how you're gonna actually manage your finances. Guys, I know I was moving very fast. If you need more on this, we will make more content available. And also we will record this so that you can listen to it over and over until you are convinced on what you need and how you need. But we are launching the digital copy this year, which we have never done before. And you guys will have access to that, which you can actually buy. But as I said, we're selling the whole books, the bundle, Finance Success Handbook, Essential Finance Handbook, plus also that other bundle book. I will share with you in the detail. Guys, let's hear your suggestion. What do you want to see? Let's see you on the 8th of February. At the same time, if I'm not available, I will bring someone with the same energy, same effort, and the same love and passion. If you have any questions, let me know. Tsakane, I will take your guidance on the question. Tsakane, I will take your guidance on the questions.
Sorry, Precious, I was refreshing my chat. I was disconnected, so I lost some of my chat. Okay, now they're back. The one question that did stand out, Kingsley asked, is there any platform where we can report our grievances related to public sectors?
Yeah, there is platforms. We can route our issues to small business, but I doubt they will solve our problems. I don't know. Offhand, I don't know. I would need to think about it and figure it out. I think when we have problems about officials and government, maybe the best way is to actually report it, because it's part of fraud. It's part on how people want to actually get money from us for them to do their job. So yeah, let me think about it. Tell me what the problem is on the DMs, and then we'll take it from there. Guys, please mute yourself. Yeah, thank you, Zoe. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, I'm muting Zoda. It's too loud where you are. You can also, yes, report them on public commission, public servants commission, but they don't have any teeth in most of the cases. This is about service delivery, guys. This is about how we have voted as South Africans. Change your vote. If people are not delivering, there's no accountability, there's no performance, change your vote. Yeah, service delivery is a big problem in our country. What I have been trying to do, I'm gonna see business unit and business council. There's lots of organizations that are supposed to represent business. But what I have found is that there's very few that represent small businesses. So I don't know, we're probably gonna need to think about that. Maybe if you guys have suggestions, let me know. Yeah, maybe also other departments, they only had a fraud line. They don't have a service delivery hotline. I think in all departments, we now need to have a service delivery hotline, so that then, because that is not the same as a fraud hotline, because they are not delivering and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. And we as entrepreneurs, we don't have platforms or as citizens to actually claim and deal with these issues. Yeah, maybe DM me about what's the challenges. Let me see. I do have a close relationship with people with the TIC. I will also ask them. I mean, I work with the CFO there, and I also work with the directors that I've worked with for years. Let's see. Share your challenges. I will share with those guys, because I know they're patient. I know they want to solve our problems. Lebo, please come through.
Thank you, Precious, and thank you for a lovely, lovely session. You probably touched on this because I just caught the tail end of when you were going through what's in your book. I'll certainly get a copy, but one question that I have is regarding partnership agreements, if that's the correct term. And I'll give a scenario where, say, my company has been awarded some work to do a contract of sorts, and as you were saying, you rope in people that are expertise in a certain, they're coming with whatever you need. So those particular expertise that you don't have in your business to partner. I'm particularly looking for some guidance on what kind of agreement would we sort of need to look at? Because it's not that we're forming a separate entity, or is that even the best thing to do? But it's just for that particular project that we would want to go on. What would you recommend there or advise, or is there a place I can go to and get information? Probably in your book as well, I don't know. But just some guidance there, please.
So, Lebo, it's really going to depend on quite a lot of things. One, if you have worked with these people before. If you have not worked with these people, there's going to be a different map altogether. On my side, when I enter into relationships, I also assess if that person is going to be my business associate, or is it going to be just a JV? A JV is limited to a project. A business association is someone whom you don't mind to stand in front of the world next to for whatever they are venturing into and whatever they are venturing into. So do you understand the difference?
Yes, yes, yes.
And then you're then gonna have someone who's a strategic partner. You see, a strategic partner goes beyond the business associate, goes beyond the joint venture. A strategic partner is someone that you share ideas with, and they take your ideas and say, you know what, Precious, I thought about your idea. I think we can do it like this. Let's try it this way. A strategic partner is the one that is actually going to take your document and treat it as their document, and you do the same with them. So with me, I have different types of these different people, different partners, business joint ventures, and so, but it progressed over years. So me and Tuli, we met 7-8 years ago, and we met, we gelled, our core values were the same. We then said, okay, let's pitch, let's go and pitch. She already liked my product. She was already actually selling my book for me. And when she does financial literacy, she will take the box and say, Precious, I need a box, you know. So it's someone who sees your product and what you do and already loves it. Do you understand what I mean? And you don't need to convince them. That is someone whom you can then treat as your what? Your strategic partner. Now, that strategic partner then is it, when you are doing things, you then share things. There's no confidentiality issues there. But business associates, they need to sign NDAs. They need to actually know that they're restricted in sharing your information. So those, I have different types. I think I have got about 6 or 7 levels in my business on how I work with others.
Okay, okay, that's very helpful.
Remember, my dear, it is about managing your risk. It is also about protecting your reputation. But make sure you also, my dear, choose people based on your core values.
Yes. Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
I will definitely also be sharing some ideas around that. I will include it as one of possible things that we can talk about, because it is difficult to work with people, Lebo.
It's very difficult when money is concerned. You know, people that
especially with Black people, when it involves money. Oh,
I'm telling you, yeah.
Okay.
So thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, guys, I please join the group that Tsagane has shared with you on the chat box. Yes, we do have templates pinned on the NDAs, but we do not actually sell those or give them away, because they are part of the toolkit that we're building. But if you're buying the toolkit, you will have the NDA on it. So yeah, not everything is free, entrepreneurs. Okay, but there is a link that we're gonna share. Tsagane, please share the link for those that want to join. Join. What we're gonna do, we're gonna just wait for everyone to join, and then we're gonna start then posting also the links of all the toolkits. The toolkit will be free for everyone. And please, guys, share also with people around you these tools, because our aim is to help you, but we are also saying you also have to help somebody else. You can't just keep information and the the stuff that we're sharing with you, you're gonna need to extend to somebody else. One hand must be pulling somebody else, another hand must be, you are pulling me, I'm pulling you, we're pulling each other, because economic freedom depends on us. No one is gonna rescue us. Whatever that we do, we must do it for our communities. When we help each other, we are also helping ourselves. Thank you so much, entrepreneurs. Wonderful. I am so glad you are here. Keep on coming. I know it's going to be hard to be committed and consistently be attending. And I'm so sorry, which means then we're going to make this 2 hours a session, because we're really sharing. So yes, thank you so much. God bless you. Please join also on the YouTube account and like the videos and stuff, because we will load this for those that lost connection at some point. Sagane, please share that so that when we load it, but because on the description, we will also share these tools that we spoke about on this video. Thank you so much. Goodbye for now. We'll see you on the, what date it is, Tagane? In 2 weeks' time. Yeah, lots of love.
It's on the 8th on Thursday.
Yes, on the 8th, we'll see you there. And please keep on bringing and giving us the things that you want to see, what you are struggling with. DM me on some of the challenges. I'm going to speak to the right people if they open the doors, and I'm going to kick some doors if I have to, but I can only do that through being empowered by you. Thank you so much, entrepreneurs. Goodbye for now. Bye.
Bye, Precious.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Precious.
Bye, Precious. Bye.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you. Thank
Bye,
you.
Precious.
Oh, Sis
Bye.
Paula. Hi. Oh.
Bye. Bye,
Thank you.
Precious.
Thank you, Precious. And bye.
Bye. Oh, I miss some of you guys. Hi, Pindi. Ollie, and there's so many people that I recognize names here. Davy, hi. Oh, thank you. Bye.